Hello friends, come along with us as we start the Christmas season.
And of course I need to start off the season by making our traditional Italian Christmas cookies. These have been in our family for generations. And passing this recipe on to my kids is so meaningful. I absolutely love being in the kitchen with them making these cookies. The flavor is a light lemon. I grew up with lemon and anise. So today I'm making 2 batches of cookies, and all week I'm going to be making at least 4 more. And when I'm done baking the cookies and they cold, I can freeze them and then take them out during the season and frost them. I just don't want to be pulling out my Bosch and all the ingredients every time we want Christmas cookies. These cookies are a family staple, and decorating them is a process, but it's always fun when the family helps out. And of course, my youngest, Shaylee, is the first to arrive. She has been my little buddy when it comes to decorating cookies. We have been making and decorating cookies since she was little. And while Shaylee and I are frosting, we're on the 3rd movie in the series, A Prince for Christmas. So cute. Well, besides decorating cookies, I have been decorating the home. It's not always magical when you're cleaning up glitter and flock from every surface of the house. And I mean every surface. Ugh. I've come to the conclusion that when your Christmas decorations are up, glitter is going to be a permanent part of my life during the whole season. And usually a month after, you're still cleaning it up, right? It's all a process, and nothing beats the feeling of seeing it all come together. It just makes the house so cozy. We decided to get a little smaller carpet than the one that we had here before that looked more Christmassy to match everything. So we found this one on Amazon. I'll link it below for you. It looks good here. It ties everything in, but we have a hard time figuring out how we want the chairs because we can't have them too far apart because it takes up too much room right next to the dining room by our table. So it's always interesting on how we can place the chairs, but we really wanted the chairs to be focused on the focal point, which is the tree. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck is that under the chair with the lights? Mr. Toodles found this online somewhere.
What is it?
That is supposed to be a burnt dead cat.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all. Woo!
Isn't that hilarious? Oh, cracked me up. And then on the same website he was on, he found these towels. So funny. And we grabbed this Christmas runner for the front door. Oh, it's so Christmassy. I absolutely love it. It's easy to wash. We've already thrown it in the washing machine. It does a great job. You just don't put it in the dryer. So I had to drape it over some chairs. But then when I laid it back down on the floor, it went flat really quick. It does a really good job. We found this also on Amazon. So I'm really excited to have 2 rugs that we could pull out at Christmas time to just tie everything together. I'll leave this link down below for you as well. I started decorating for Christmas right after Halloween. It sometimes takes me a good while to get things up, and this year it did with being in the new home and trying to figure out where I'm gonna put everything. But today it'll be finally done. This is the first year we've ever decorated right after Halloween. There have been years that we've had our Christmas tree up for Thanksgiving, but not fully decorated. And I have to say, I like it. I think we're gonna keep doing this. I found this Santa's Favorite gingerbread bakery sign at Hobby Lobby this year as well. And to match our Santa, who's a baker, this year they had Mrs. Claus. I was so excited to find that. So up above, I just realized there's this little ledge, this little nook. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna wrap some boxes and put them up there. Kind of like what we did in our original She's in Her Apron home. And we just use those every year to decorate the top of our ledges. And it just brought back memories of watching our oldest son climb up there and decorate for us, and brought me back. He loved doing it. And that's our oldest son who is in the Army. So go figure. And the kitchen just has a couple of decorations. I didn't want a lot of stuff out on the counters. So over here we just have our Christmas mugs. I did find this little mug tree on Amazon. Decorating my tree, Mama's tree. I wanted to keep it simple, but I wanted the gold and reds to pop out. I knew I'd be using this gold ribbon, and I wanted to just keep it to the red balls. I have different shades of red in almost cranberry looking balls. And then I still needed some fillers, and I was like, all right, we'll do some of my snowflakes that I put on the tree every year. But I really wanted to make the gold theme pop out a little bit more. Me and my girlfriends went up to Salt Lake City, and we went to a store called Taiwan Taiwan imports, and they had this tree there that had these picks, and they were these cute gold balls, and I was totally drawn to them. And so they were gonna go with the theme I wanted with the gold picks, because earlier I was in Hobby Lobby and I found these little gold picks and I love them. Well, once I started decorating this tree, I realized like, oh, I probably could have bought a couple of more. So I did make a point to go back to Hobby Lobby because I was returning a stocking holder that I was gonna use on the wall because I wasn't sure where we were gonna put the stockings this year. And I was returning these ornaments, they were too bright. So when I went back to return them, I got more of the small gold picks. I still had some money left over, and I saw these picks that have the 3 red ornaments with the glitter on them. And I thought, ooh, that would be so pretty. And I think I probably grabbed 6 or 8 of those. I just stuck them in the tree, spread them out a little bit, and I love the way that it looks. I'm really happy with the tree. It's very pretty. Tell me in the comments, do you have the family tree with all the kids' decorations and then there's your tree? I would love to see. So our dining room, I did set up. I grabbed these candlesticks, and then on top are ornaments I found at Hobby Lobby. They're really pretty lit up too. The wreaths that are at the bottom of them were at Taiwan imports. These plastic plates I found at Home Goods. I found them and some of the Lennox China plates that we got there, but those are gonna go out on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I wanted an everyday plate on the table that we could use, so they had a set of 4. I thought they were pretty, they were inexpensive, and we've been using them. And these glasses with the wreaths that say Happy Holidays on them, I found at the Dollar Tree. I don't have them all out on the table right now. I need to take the rubbing alcohol and take the tags off. They're a pain in the butt to take off, but the table is set. And I do need to add some knives to the table, so I'm still working on that, but it's beautiful and it keeps the clutter off and it just makes the room so pretty. Over here in the corner of the dining room, we added our tall, thin tree. I call it the Nativity tree. We have these ornaments I found at Hobby Lobby a few years back that have the verses of the Christmas carols on them. Added some ribbon and some snowflakes my friend made, and I just love how the tree looks. It just is adorable. I also grabbed from Hobby Lobby the garland, so I put one facing the living room and dining room, and on the other side facing the inside of the kitchen. This holly ball that's hanging down was from Taiwan imports. Beautiful. I wished I grabbed a second one, but I only grabbed the one because they were $10. Above the big window in the living room, we have this old-fashioned looking garland of Santa and his reindeer. I actually found this at Kris Kringle Market up in Salt Lake City. I'll be sharing more about that later. It actually came with like a couple of more reindeer, but we took them off so it wouldn't drag so low. And I just love the vintage look. It's so cute. Now I have this old wreath. Things have fallen apart on it for years. That looking thing I think was like a pomegranate. So we need to update this wreath. And this wreath over by the front door, it does light up. It's really pretty. It's great on its own, but I think we can add a little more fun to this wreath as well. I really don't need to buy a new wreath. Just upgrade it with these cute little picks. So this is a mix of some picks that I got last year, the year before, and this year. This year at the Taiwan imports, I grabbed this ivy because I thought I could clip some of these, and then foliage that I thought would be really pretty in the big wreath that I could cut and use. It's very pliable, it like moves, I can manipulate it to how I want it. There's berries in here, so I was intrigued by that. These are so cute. Look at the frosted leaves, those are so pretty. And I think last year I just used these to decorate our bookshelf in between the nativity scenes. I never got to the wreath and I just used them as filler, which I think picks are great filling anything. I have these, I have some little berries, and then these balls with the gold. I just think that's gorgeous. So let's see what I can come up with to make that wreath a little bit better. So here's the wreath here in the dining room. This looks so much better. Oh my goodness. I love all the reds with the golds. Oh, that looks so sharp. And then we did add some of the ivy in. That looks good. Very pretty. And over by the front door, just added more berries and some of the ivy. And then the frosted berry leaves and berry twigs I added in there. That looks so good. That's gonna be beautiful at night all lit up. I loved how it turned out. So today is Sunday, and we kicked things off yesterday with one of our favorite traditions, going up to Salt Lake City for Kris Kringle Market. It's a German Christmas festival. The kids look forward to it every year. Derek and I always get each other a decoration for the home. and we have to get our go-to food items. We always go and meet up with our friends. It really is such a fun way to kick off the season.
Well, here's my daughter's least favorite Christmas song. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. But the very next day, he's gave it away. This year, I got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. As for me and Grandpa, we believe in silver bells. Silver bells.
Giving back to others is really an important part of the season for us. Every year since the kids were little, we pack bags of food to donate to a school in Salt Lake City so kids have meals and snacks over the break.
We usually get together with our extended family and group into teams in race to see who can gather everything in their carts and pay for it first. It's so fun. So just with our schedules, it didn't work out this year. They do give us the list of food, so we have to get what's off the list. A 10-count box of granola bars, Little Debbie alternative to like a cupcake or something, like this is like their desserts, a box of cereal, raisins or any dried fruit, 24 ounces of applesauce, it could be in the cups or the big bottle, 2 cans of vegetables, peanut butter, it could be 2 16 ounces or one of the 24 I believe, a can of like chili or ravioli or SpaghettiOs, crackers, instant oatmeal, and 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese. Now these are ready to go and sent to the school.
So for our kickoff Christmas dinner, I wanted something easy but yummy. So I made creamy mushroom chicken. And we're gonna eat this while we watch the Christmas devotional, because by the time that it's ready to go, the devotional will be on. So I doubled this recipe. So I'm using 4 chicken breasts that I sliced in half to make more of like a cutlet. I seasoned them with some salt and pepper, dredged them in some flour, and add them to a hot skillet with some olive oil. And I am browning these on each side for about 4 minutes each. While they're browning up, I'm preparing the potatoes for the Instapot mashed potatoes. So this is not going to take long to cook up. Okay, I'm gonna flip these over, and while the other side is cooking, I'm gonna slice up some mushrooms, and I'm using some portobello baby mushrooms. Now that the chicken is all browned up, I'm gonna move it to a plate, and in my pan, I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of butter, melt that down, then add in the mushrooms. And to this, I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning. I'm gonna mix this together and then it's gonna saute up. What's gonna happen is the mushrooms are gonna start releasing the water that's in them, and then it'll evaporate out. And then we're gonna cook the mushrooms till they're lightly brown, like sear them up a bit for just a couple of minutes. Once that's done, you can add them to the plate of chicken. And then to your pan, you're gonna add a few cloves of minced garlic. I'm adding in chicken broth and lemon juice. And then about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Give that a good mix. You're gonna have that cooked down for about 3 minutes. Then you'll hit it with your heavy whipping cream. You can definitely salt and pepper this to taste. Then add your chicken cutlets and mushrooms back into the pan. As I was tasting it, I noticed like it needed a little bit more, and then I was like, oh yeah, I add nutmeg. I add just a few dashes in and a little bit more salt, and it was perfect. I don't know what it is about using nutmeg in cream sauces, but it gives it that little something it needs. I learned that back in the day when I had my first child and I would binge watch Rachel Ray on the Food Network, and she would always put nutmeg in cream sauces. It just makes it taste better. I don't know what it is, but trust me, it's good. Cook it for another 5 minutes. You just wanna make sure that your chicken is cooked all the way through, and then things are gonna really start to thicken up. And when I was at the store yesterday, I just picked up a bag of sweet kale, chopped kit that has kale in it, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and it has a packet of like dried cranberries and seeds with a yummy poppy seed dressing. I thought that sweetness of the salad would go really good with the chicken. All right, the chicken is done. I'm adding it to my serving plate so we can get that on the table. Oh, it smells so good and my stomach is growling. And to my salad, I am gonna sprinkle in some feta cheese. Dinner is ready, I can't wait. This recipe is so good and we haven't had it in a long time, so it felt really special. The devotional is on and we're gonna continue watching it at the table.
As we commemorate the birth of our Savior, our hearts are attuned to what is most important in our lives. The Savior is the true light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. All who celebrate the birth of Christ have a portion of that light.
We ended the day down in the family room decorating the Christmas tree. They're putting on all their ornaments from when they were little. We're even putting up Jonah's for him. And we are so excited that he's coming home on leave for Christmas. And of course, while we're decorating, we're gonna eat some yummy Christmas cookies. And if you notice, we're in some Christmas jammies. We decided to change things up this year. Instead of passing out the Christmas jammies on Christmas Eve, I saw somewhere where someone passes out their Christmas jammies at the beginning of the season. That way they can enjoy them the whole month.
Turn on your sweater.
Okay, there you go.
Nice.
We're loving this idea and I think we're gonna keep this tradition going. I hope this inspires you to get excited about the holidays and embrace those little traditions that make the season so magical.
If you need more inspiration to get your cards out, to clean, to get ahead with meals during the Christmas season, check out these videos I have here for you to get organized and moving. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you later. Bye.
Toodles!